Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel JanaAI. So in today's lecture, we'll discuss about world most popular operating system Linux. We'll discuss about what is Linux, what are the history of Linux. Then we'll talk about Linux, different types of Linux distribution, and the different characteristics and features of Linux. Later on, we'll discuss about some basic Linux commands. So let's start begin. So what is Linux? Linux is a open source Unix-like operating system kernel that serves the core component of many different Linux distributions or distros. So it's a operating system kernel, okay, which serves the core component of many Linux distributions or distros. I'll discuss about what are the Linux distributions later. Okay, so in this picture you can see this is the operating system kernel, okay, which can communicate between your shell or GUI with hardware, okay. So it's an operating system kernel that is the central part of your operating system. Okay, if the operating system is your superset, then Linux is the central part, okay, core component of the operating system. Okay, that manages the hardware resources and provides the essential services to your software applications. So whatever the software applications we are doing performing by using some shell or command line interface or the GUI graphical user interface. Okay, these software applications can communicate by this Linux kernel. Okay, so this kernel layer has different components like virtual file system, device management, security. It can do the memory management, process management. So whatever the engine of the operating system, core component of the operating system is performed by this kernel. Okay, so this is called, that's why it's called the operating system kernel. Okay, so there are different distributions of distros of Linux, that is called your operating system, Linux operating system. So let's talk about what is the history of Linux. Linux actually created by Linus Torvalds in 1991. This kernel has been created by Linus Torvalds. He's an American scientist, a computer scientist who has created on 1991 this kernel, okay, and released under General Public Service Public License, which means that that is freely available to anyone in the internet, and anyone can use this source code and can do their modifications and the distribute, okay, their own OS. So Linux has since become a cornerstone of the operating system software movement, is widely used in your various computing environments, including servers, desktop computers, mobile devices, embedded services. So it's very popularly widely used in including your corporate servers, web servers, as well as your supercomputers, desktop computers, embedded system, and the mobile devices. Everywhere it is used this Linux operating system. Okay. So let's talk about the how the Linux created and what is the main history of Linux. Okay. So you can see in 1985, the Free Software Foundation is created by Richard Stallman to promote the software freedom of the founder of the GNU project. Okay. Then later on, 1989, the GNU means version 1 is published on for the electronic rights and allow collaboration. In 1991, whatever this guy, that is his Linus Torvald, is from this Linux kernel. Okay, based on this Unix operating system. Then based on this source code only, after publishing this Linux kernel published by Linus Torvalds for the first version of Linux kernel 0.0.01. And so there are different companies are there. They have used this source code and they have customized this source code and they have distributed build their own operating system based on this Linux kernel. Okay, and they have created so many they have different type of Linux distribution came into the picture. Okay, market. Then 1992 Linux licensed the versions of 0.99 of Linux under the GNU GPL. Okay. In 1993, Debian Linux distribution come. Okay, Linux distribution are created in this year of the Slacker of the being launched. 1993, another operating system, the Task Linux operating system came. In the 1998, in the year of 1998, starts the delivering file of the Europe interface kicks off of the internet boom. Okay, just for news, he has started this Linux OS. Then 1998, Red Hat is a company who has produced their own operating system, Linux operating system based on the Linux kernel, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Okay, Red Hat OS. Okay, and they have created this they have created goes public on the Nasdaq on the stock market. They created their own OS RHEL Linux operating system, which is used for your enterprise enterprise servers and all. Okay, and in 2000 Linux Belgium also created their so based on their source code, the Linux Belgium also created their business insight to the Linux community. Then 2004 Ubuntu came. The Linux for this Ubuntu is a very famous operating system, Linux distribution, which is used for desktop computers and all. Desktop and the laptops. This Ubuntu Linux distribution is founded with the initial investment used by the Mark Shuttleworth. Okay. Then 2005, Poplet Labs, they have created their own OS. Then 2007, the GPL is created by address of the software. Then 2008, Google has introduced their own mobile devices based on their mobile operating system that is called Android. That is very famous right now, and most of the mobile devices are using this Android. And the base of this Android OS is your Linux kernel only. Okay, the first Android based operating system is launched. After the 2 years, most of the smartphone are the Android based. Okay. Then 2012, Raspberry Pi. This is also a famous operating system, which is used for your car simulator and all, for your IoT devices and the computer vision project, as well as your robotics project. Also, this operating system is used widely used. This is also very famous, Raspberry Pi, to introduce the embedded Linux more accessible to the general public. They have 3 million in 3 years, 5 million units they have sold this Raspberry Pi operating system. In 2013, the Git also introduced their distributed version control. Then 2014, there are several Linux education centers also open for this Linux. So these are the brief overview of Linux. In 2021, we have 30 years of celebration of general public license of Linux GNU project. Okay. So these are the brief history about Linux. Then we'll discuss about the different distributions of Linux. First, we'll discuss about the Ubuntu. This is your desktop-based operating system, desktop-based Linux distribution, which is widely used in your desktop, private means personal desktop or laptop. Okay. The GUI graphical user interface is very good for this Ubuntu Linux operating system. Then CentOS also similar like Ubuntu, but this is very faster, a little bit faster than Ubuntu. But in Ubuntu, most of the software packages and all you can use, you can install in Ubuntu. It can support the Ubuntu, which is not supported CentOS. That's why most of the developers are using Ubuntu in their system. So Red Hat Enterprise Linux, that is what they used for the corporate servers, cloud servers. The Red Hat Enterprise RHL system, RHL machine, Linux-based operating system is using. This is for your interface Linux. Then there are different other distribution like OpenSUSE, Mint is for your gaming and all. Debian is also Red Hat. Debian is also the sponsored by Red Hat. They have their free version of OS, that is your Debian. Then the Fedora is also there. This is also another operating system. So this is all the Kali Linux is for your cybersecurity specific Linux operating system. Then Ubuntu Fedora. So these are all the Linux distribution. Okay. Then I'll discuss about what are the features of Linux. The first features is your open source, means Linux source code is freely available in the internet. You can download it and you can fix it and you may fix the bugs, or you can modify it. You can add your own features based on the Linux core kernel, which is released 2022. That is Linux kernel 6.0. So you can use to put use to this source code, and you can develop it. Okay, so that's why it's very widely used for its open source functionality, and that is freely available. Multitasking and multi-user like other operating system or Windows or Mac, it is also do it can form this operating system can perform the multitasking activity. That means the multiple process can run the concurrently or simultaneously. Okay, that's why it's called the multitasking. And the multi-user means multiple users can log into this system. Okay, this operating system, the different multiple users, various users can log into this operating system simultaneously. That's why this is the main functionality of multitasking and multi-user. Then stability and reliability. Linux is also known it as the stability and the reliability, making it a popular choice of servers and the critical computing system. Okay, so many you can see in the cloud or in your enterprise applications also Linux servers can up for long time. Okay, long duration of time without any frequent reboot. Okay, it does not require frequent reboot in the servers. Okay, that's why it's very much stable and the reliable also. So these are the key features of Linux. And security. Yeah, this is also very most key features of Linux. Linux is more secure, robust security features including user and your file management, file permissions, and all firewall access control mechanisms, and very secure choice of the various applications. So Linux is very much malware protections than other operating system. This is very much secure operating system. There are other features of Linux, that is like wide hardware support. It can support wide range of hardware architectures and making the versatility of the various devices and the platform. It can support various type of embedded system or mobile devices and all. Okay, package management. This Linux distribution often come with the package management for the simple this OS can do. We can do the simply installation or updating of the software or removal of the software packages. Okay, and there are a lot of packages is they are like apt for your Ubuntu like Linux of distribution. You can use apt repositories for installation of your packages and all, updating your softwares and all. For RAM, for this is your for mediated RHL based operating system. Okay, and Pacman, and these are all my repositories or packages for used for this software installations and updation. Okay. Customizability means Linux is highly customizable, allow the users to configure the operating system to meet their specific needs and the preferences. Okay. Large software ecosystem. Linux offers a various vast ecosystem to offer software like tools, web servers, databases, development environments, office suites, and more, much more. So this is widely used in your large software ecosystem. So now we'll discuss about the different types of basic in Linux commands. So first is your list. So if you want to list the content of the current directory, so we'll discuss about later in the practical session. So just for summarize this, we can use this list command. These are all the shell command, bash command. Okay. So ls for means you want to list down all the contents of the current directory. Then ls minus lrt for your the user group and all. Pwd means whatever the current directory you are. So in that directory you can use the p directory. Cd for changing from one directory to another directory. Cd command is used. Make directory means if you want to create your directory, then you can use the make directory in your command CLI. CP for copying the files, MB for move the or renaming the files and the directories, RM for deleting the files and all. So these are all basic commands we'll discuss about in our practical session and all about the different types of Linux commands, shell scripting and all. Okay. So that's all in today's lecture. So if you want to buy the Linux courses, then you can visit our website, that is your https www.janai.com. So that's all in today's lecture. Thank you. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel. Please subscribe my channel if you want. If you like this video, then you can like it. And if you want to share this video, you can share to everyone. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.